6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item will be roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Greg?
Here. Yes.
Okay. Nail?
Yep.
Me?
Yeah.
Walker?
Here.
West?
Here. Let's say that.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a moment of silence if they like. Take a motion to approve the agenda. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Everyone's had a chance to review the previous minutes. If there are no additions or corrections, they'll stand approved as presented. We have no visitors this evening, and there was no public comment sent in, so we'll move on to officers' report, the CFO report.
My report starts on page 4. In this board meeting, I'll be going on vacation. Page 4 is on sales tax receipts. For the month of April, we received $330,911.91, which is up over last year, $13,770 or 4.34%. For the year, we're at $55,000 and about 4.36%. Page 5 is our budget year-to-date performance. So this is January to March compared to the same budget time, January to March. So it would be under 100%. So annual variance on the expense side, we think over 100% on the revenue side. So you can see the sales tax revenues, and our Windsor annual payment was up over last year. That will probably not stay up that much in future years because it'll have to be reduced by 50% of the sales tax. The property tax will have to be reduced next year. So this is kind of a special year because we got 100% of property tax and sales tax.
Question, did they finally get all of their tax base figured out?
I would assume so. You have to do that before you start collecting.
Well, they were struggling with what the Amish over there trying to figure out businesses.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Employee expenses, you'll see there, it's slightly over budget, but remember, we did the budget before we finished labor negotiations, so this number has not been adjusted for that. So, again, total expense is under our budgeted amount for the year, for the year to date. Any questions on any of that? Pages 6 through 9 is the budget performance details. So on this report, we compare our year-to-date numbers to our annual budget. So at the end of March, we should be about 25%. You'll see, again, the same things you saw on the year-to-date. Revenue is up over the budgeted amount. So we should be about 25%. We're at 41% for the year. So again, favorable variance there. Oxygen has went up dramatically this year. So we are a little bit over budget so far this year on that. Election costs look high, but we just received a refund for $3,320. So that'll actually come down under budget. Any questions on anything else on that page? Page 7, again, total wages slightly over, but keep in mind that was never adjusted to the 8%. Uniforms, I think that's just a timing. We're at 49% for the year. And software, the same thing. We have paid for image trend pro rata. And then we'll also start paying for EMS charge. So, and janitorial, somebody asked about that. We pay for pest control for the entire year up front, so that's why that looks a little off there. Any other questions on that? Page 10 is our capital expense budget versus what we've spent year to date. And you can see there, we have received our X-series monitors and our auto balances, and we paid for all of those items. We put the full amount in because we have to capitalize that, so it's kind of like we have a note payable for the remaining balance, so we won't be paying that much this year, but we got that much in assets this year, so that's a little different. We've never had that before, so. Any questions on the capital expenses?
Any updates on the ambulances?
So I was gonna talk about announcements. The truck that was due for remount had a catastrophic engine failure. I rattled some cages. They're coming the week of the 13th. They're gonna put that ambulance on a flatbed trailer and pull it to North Carolina and get it remounted. So fingers crossed, in about 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 9, because there's still 3 weeks out from showing to pick it up. We should have the truck back. So, but I'm not gonna ask you guys to fix it because there's no sense in fixing it. It's good with this. So.
Page 11 is our balance sheet previous year comparison. The remaining of that is on page 12. And like page 13 is our profit and loss previous year comparison, just same time period last year versus this year. You can see the increase in revenues, also an increase in expenses. And you can see that gain or loss on asset disposition. Most of that has to do with trading in the monitors we have and the Lucas devices we have as well. Page 14 is our bank balances as of this board meeting versus a month ago. You can see the increase in cash there for the month over month and then for the year over year on the bottom half. Page 15 is just a chart showing the same thing. It shows 5 years. Page 16 is our cash reserve analysis. So we are down a little bit from March as far as a month's cash reserve, and our days are about a week less. Any questions on any of that? Pages 17 through 22 is the check register. And should have explained for the new board members, Katie has all the bills in bank recs up here, if anybody ever wants to look at them, besides the board members who have access online. Katie has those too, so. Page 23 is our current bills due, and then the details are page 24 through 25. Page 26 is just the explanation of the DENT payment. So what that is for our Medicaid transports, we receive a portion of our cost. And the way that works is we pay the non-federal share to the state, and then we receive the net cost of our transport reimbursement. So we'll pay that, and then we'll get the reimbursement, it says by June 7th, for $318,000. So we'll pay $108,000, and we'll get $318,000. So the net's $209,000. Any questions on any of those bills? When you look at the Zoll medical report, you'll see those 20% installments. There'll be a couple more still coming. We received some batteries, and there's some software that will still, we have to receive invoices on, so this is not the total we'll pay this year, there'll still be a couple more.
Questions?
This is probably for the chief. You go down monthly to the Windsor thing? Are they coming along all right? I mean, they were having trouble getting board members last time they talked. And
Yeah, they actually, they've got a couple of new board members. I don't think they've been talking about coming up here and kind of having at one of our meetings, so everybody kind of meet everybody. Steve Galloway, I don't know if you guys remember him, he resigned from the board. And they found somebody to take his spot. But they're getting along well. I mean,
okay, yeah, I think it'd be good if they made a trip up here. Just let us know how they're doing.
yeah.
Any other questions?
Oh, I forgot. The paper I handed out to you guys is the Pettis Windsor allocation. Apologize. Gotta get that done before I left. I had talked to them last week one day, so didn't get it before more packets went out, so. Just a little explanation on that for our new board members. The revenue under the Windsor is actual revenue. And anything that can be actual on the expenses is actual, but if not, it's allocated based on the wages. So, and if there's something you don't see that's allocated, generally that is an expense that Pettis County will have regardless if we have Windsor or not. Such as, the medical director fees, it's the same fee whether we have Windsor or not. One other thing you won't see allocated is anything to do with dispatch. We don't pay for dispatch for Windsor County, just Pettis County. So, and then at the bottom, you'll see another allocation for calls that we run for Pettis out of Windsor. And then the fair market value of the Windsor facilities, we pay it. We pay $1 rent a year for that facility, so if we had another facility, we'd be paying quite a bit more than that. Any questions on that? If you have questions later, you can call me or something too, we can go through it. Sorry, handed that out.
Are there any questions? Not, I'll take a motion to receive the CFO report.
So,
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Take a motion to approve payment of outstanding bills.
so move.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Move on to unfinished business, oath of office, page 29.
I had talked to Nick down at the election office, and 3 years, I guess maybe 3 times I've heard the oath. You know, it's very awkward. And I asked, do we have to say that one? He said, no, you just, legally, you just have to say, no, this one's from the Secretary of State. And
Reads a little better, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, there's no reason for us to go through all that. He doesn't know how many words to put into it. It doesn't break up very well at all.
Right.
So he hates it as well.
Well, why'd you bring this up after I stumbled? Saved me some
Well,
embarrassment.
because I knew that you were the brightest. You wouldn't normally stumble, and if you did.
That's got to be tough.
So, we can change it a little bit, fill in the blanks. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. We could hash this out here and make it ours.
Good idea, and thanks for taking the initiative. So now we don't have to say office that many times.
Is there a motion to approve that oath?
I would make that motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Good deals update.
So I just passed out for champagne to everybody. We put the stair chairs in a cubicle back on the wheels for about a week, and we did not get any hits. So our recommendation at this point is to put it on there with no reserve and see where it takes us.
Sounds good.
Do you need a motion for that?
If everybody agrees, I'll just list it and give you an update, hopefully by the next meeting.
Since we have no new business, I take a motion to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.02 section 2 and 11.
So moved.
Paper, that we roll call.
Kirby,
Yes.
Graves,
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Steve,
Yeah.
Walker,